You are in there with me, right, as the co-host. So as people are coming in, you help me to allow them inside. Fakri, are you here? In? He's having a bit of internet issues. Okay, right. Good afternoon, class, and good afternoon, Shane. Thanks for accepting our invite and coming and joining our session here today. So, good afternoon, everyone, and I welcome all of you to for this luxury defined webinar. All right, it's just a sharing session by one of your very own seniors, Mr. Theo Wei Sheng, who is currently the Director, Resource Development, Luxury Business Solutions. So today he's going to talk to you about the luxury industry itself. So let me just introduce you the speaker of today, right? Affectionately known as Sheng. To others, Wei Sheng have gained valuable knowledge working with Four Seasons, Hyatt, International, and Shangri-La Hotels and Resort. He has been in the role of leading training and development for more than 10 years, focusing on talent and capacity building. He developed a keen sense preempting the expectations associated with the luxury and service sectors, bringing a fresh and definite perspective into the team dynamics and training scene. Now, that's a big term there. That's nice, Sheng. As a director of Luxury Business Solution, Sheng works closely with various local and international organizations on talent and capabilities building. He strives to bring out the utmost potential from every single individual to generate the desired results both at the individual and the collective levels. He holds a bachelor degree in hospitality and tourism management by University of Toulouse, France, and Taylor's University, number 16th in the world. Certified practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming by Billy Quick International and Top Coach Bangkok. Certified timeline therapy practitioner by Timeline Therapy, NLP coach practitioner, certified HRBF trainer, certified master trainer for Shancare, certified guest service champion by Hyatt Regency, attended business of training at Grand Hyatt, and runs numerous service campaigns at hotel levels in both Hyatt and Shangri-La, and organized first training managers workshop for Shangri-La to hotels and resorts Malaysia. That is an impressive CV, I would say, right? You have a lot of certifications there, and I think we are very privileged and honored to have you amidst us, Sheng, right? And yes, over to you.
All right. So let me just, first I'll share my screen first to be easier.
Sure.
Right, can you see my screen? Can I? All right. So a very, very warm welcome, everyone. So let me just address everybody one by one first. So welcome to the session, Alicia. And then I have, let me just go one by one. So welcome, Miss, thank you for having me, Miss Ruth, all right. Hi, Fakri, and then I have Jimin. So the name is keep coming in now, so I have to address one by one. Alicia, Anura, Chelsea, Chan Hee, Extria, Christopher, Danny, Dean, Fredha, Jivya, Jiaying, Jun Hyung, Maldin, Nather, Cindy, Sung Wong, Sung Wong Yung, all right, Tan Ho Feng Charles, and then I have Yanzu and Amar, all right. So there's more coming in. So just a very privilege for me having me today. So in today's session, I'll make it a very sweet and simple session, all right, on so-called luxury. When Ms. Ruth gave feedback to me, she told me that, Sheng, I want you to come with a session called Luxury Defined. And along the way, when I do the slides, when I do my presentation, I would like to redo it. I call it Luxury Redefined. Okay, there's a reason for all this because along the years, luxury actually has evolved, it has changed. And this is why I want to call it a redefine over there. So Mr. actually shared a little bit more about my profile already. So I just want to share with you a little bit more about myself. Okay, so I come from the Borneo island of Sarawak. So for those who are in Sarawak, please say hi in the chat box over there. All right, I know this is a classroom session, but it's meant to be more interactive, not me talking to Miss Ruth only, yeah, darlings.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, uh, so I graduated, yes, from Taylor's. I was fortunate that I got a world-class scholarship with the beloved Four Seasons. And that's how I started my journey with the luxury world. Okay. And eventually, after 4 seasons, I got my career into Hyatt, where they sent me to work in the palace in Brunei. They sent me to India, Mumbai. And yeah, I went to India as well. And then for
Wow.
pre-opening team, etc. And eventually, I actually went to Shangri-La as well. Okay. And after that, eventually, I discovered that I want to do a bit more things. And this is why I stepped out from the corporate world of the luxury hotel industry, and I joined a company, a local boutique size company called Luxury Business Solution. Okay. And here am I running this firm right now in my 7th year. And the clients that I'm serving now, all right, more towards the luxury industry, ranging from LVMH Group, ranging from Richmond Group, ranging from Tapestry Group, and lots more. So these are the groups that is actually selling, or I would say that serving all the luxury products, ranging from jewelries, from watches, all the way to various kind, even perfumes and all. And now I'm also doing back training in the hospitality industry, and that is my background is all about. So later, feel free to throw me questions from time to time. Okay, I'm a yes, I'm a senior or whatever you have to call it, but for me, it's same. We're all equal. We're here to learn from each other. That is most important. So in our journey today, I actually categorized to 3 parts. Part number 1 is defining luxury. So what is luxury really all about? Okay, and we're going to go through in understanding luxury. And the most important part also in today is how, all right, that we can be luxury. Okay. When I was actually back as a training manager in the hotel industry, I interviewed a lot of interns from Taylor's, from other colleges, etc. And a lot of them have these challenges. Sheng, this is what I study, but when it comes to practical, I don't understand luxury. Okay, so this is now, it's a very privilege that now you have a luxury brand management courses with you, and we have this sharing as well. So a lot of people think that speaking well is luxury. Having a degree is luxury. It takes beyond of that. Okay, so this is why today we will share a bit further. So now, let's go to the first one in terms of defining luxury. So ladies and gentlemen, can you put in the chat box over there, from your point of view, what is luxury? 30 seconds. For those, some of you might be driving. So if you're driving, then perhaps you want to unmute yourself and talk. So drive safely, all right? Okay, so Cindy, I have an answer that something expensive. Ruth said offline is luxury. Now offline is luxury, yeah? How about the rest? To give the best experience for the guests. Lovely. Thank you, Amar. All right. Something worth your money. This is very good point. Something worth your money. Luxury is something that is great ease and comfort. It is different than other products. High quality goods. Yeah. All right. Any more? It brings out the value, something special and unique. Okay. Any more things? Good experience. Luxury is an elegant with high quality and experience with sincerity. I love that as well. Right. Okay. Any more? Okay. So you may continue to type there, and I will start explaining a bit. Time is precious. I got quite a bit of things to cover today. All right. So I'll continue to go through with that shortly as well. So, what is luxury? Back then, okay, just by the noun itself, yes, it was actually denoted like something desirable that is not a necessity. It is meant for a more comfortable lifestyle in the material realm. So it's not all the expensive, the good quality stuff, very rare pieces. These are all denoted as luxury. So if you want to illustrate in pictures, okay, back then again, in terms of layman term of luxury, it could be all of these things. Expensive food, you can see over there, expensive cars, champagne, private jet, watches, jewelry, stay in expensive hotel. This is what it calls as luxury. However, today, this is not what I want to focus on because luxury has changed. So now, okay, we are all in the new generation, okay? And what is luxury today? So luxury today is completely defined from the point of view of the customers. It is no longer about the expensive stuff. My luxury and your luxury could be very different. So like what Ms. Ruth mentioned over there. So Ms. Ruth earlier, she mentioned that offline is luxury. Well, now you can do things offline is a very luxurious thing already. For me personally, my luxury is freedom. Okay, so nowadays luxury is also no longer about the product or service people are buying, but it's about the experience and the feeling. So there's one part that I want to emphasize over here. You can give good brand experience. You can give extremely good guest experience to your customers, okay, or to your guests or to your friends and all. However, feelings is something took beyond that to create. Feeling covers what? It covers your trust, your love, your respect, and all. So this is why that being luxury is important. Because if you're not luxurious enough, if you don't understand luxury terms, whatever feeling that you want to create to the other person, it might not be. So end of the day, the person felt that, wow, this person is not luxury at all. Okay, so it is not just about product and service. It is really back to the experience and also the feeling. Okay, so now if you want to look into the situation in nowadays, okay, luxury now revolves a lot more on the whole experience, recreating or creating the memories. Okay, it's not about what kind of big car you're buying, but it's about how good is the service and also the driving experience. Okay, it is not about how good is the food being cooked. Yes, it's important, but who are you eating with is much more important. Okay, or who are you cooking it with is important. Okay, it's not about eating an expensive hotel anymore, but it's how is the interactive of the employee or associate with the guest. Because do you feel at home or not? So the luxury now has completely defined over. It's not just about expensive. Okay, it is all very, very individualistic. That is the key word. So for all the Gen X and Gen Z and Gen Yers, all right, our luxury has been completely redefined everything because everything is so accessible right now. Hey, you want to sell me expensive bags? It's not that I don't have money to buy. The question is same as some of you share with me. Does it worth it? Does it worth the value of me investing? Because my luxury definition has been redefined. Okay, so let me just put into summary on this. So the new luxury customer or guest nowadays, right? They are very individualistic. In other words, okay, education, they don't like this kind of words, but I want to say it. Individualistic means what? I don't care what you guys think. I like means I like. I don't like means I don't like. So don't come and tell me what's suitable for me and what is not suitable, what suits me or what not suits me. Okay, because it's different. Okay, and it's already avoid class distinction. It appears to be more like a value system. You know, back then, maybe 10 years ago, while you stay in this hotel, like Four Seasons, Mandarin Oriental, St. Regis, they are very prestige. So whoever they get to stay there, they feel that, wow, it's a very premium, they feel great about it. That is class distinction. But now it's no longer about the case. Now it's all about the value. I can be rich, but doesn't mean that I have to stay at that level of hotels. I choose whatever that makes sense to me. So now things have started to change. Okay, The boundaries has blurred between necessities and desire. Hey, nowadays, luxury is very different. It means what? I can access anytime I want. Okay? Let me ask you this question. Does eating an expensive burger, now is still in the talk in the town after 2 weeks, does eating a 460 ringgit burger is a necessity or is actually a desire? Okay, it's been blurred. And because I have friends working inside, they tell me, Shang, you know what? Really got people come and dine in for the 460 ringgit burger, the gold color one. It's obviously, it has been blurred. Do they really need it? Not really. But they just want to go and eat it. Okay? So the new luxury customer now believes that luxury is for everyone and it's different for everyone. So bear in mind for that, because in future, when you were to be a luxury brand manager, or you're managing a luxury campaign, or you're serving luxury things, remember that your approach in approaching your stakeholders has to be personalized. Don't think from one point of view, it doesn't work anymore. Okay, you have to think from various point of view and say, hey, what is the luxurious that this person is craving for? And if you understand that part, you are able to nail it more successfully. Okay, so now let's go to the new way of luxury. Okay, so first and foremost, when it comes to luxury, my gurus always tell me one thing. Okay, when it comes to luxury, there's always 50% and 50%. 50% is all about the product, and 50% is all about the experience. So if you were to be studying hospitality industry, to be honest, you can look how grand is the hotel, but if your service sucks, nobody wants to go there. Okay? And of course, if your service is excellent, but the room is not up to that par, customer will complain as well. So it has to be a balance of 50 and 50. And in today's context, what I'm focusing right now is we would like to focus a lot more on guest experience, because this is where we contribute the most. Okay, as undergraduates or future graduates, when we join the workforce, all right, we all focusing on how can we deliver an exceptional guest experience. Product, unless you are the owner, unless you're the designer, you're the architects and all, then we can look into the product. But in today's context, I will focus on the guest experience part. All right. So understanding the new luxury number one. Nowadays, the luxury good is no longer about just the goods, but it's all about empowering new identities and lifestyles. Okay. So last time, we always focused on how expensive is the room, how expensive is the food, how expensive it is. We always classified with price. But nowadays, luxury good is different. They are here to empower you with new identities as well as lifestyle. It is here to empower you to become who you are. Okay? Let me take an example. iPhone. It has just been recently being released, iPhone 12. See, look into the advertisement that they did. Okay? Are they just emphasizing on the goods, or they're emphasizing on the experience? Look into all the new advertising by the hotels, the campaign by all the luxury brands. They don't just feature a bag, they don't just feature a watch, they don't just feature a perfume, but they feature a person, the lifestyle. Okay? There's one very techy one. I will take this one example. If you want to look into 2 months ago, I think Apple has been very aggressively in YouTube and all, have a cartoon kind of advertisement. I switched to this brand, or I switched to this because of the experience. They are all going towards that, empowering the people to become who they are. Okay? So number 2, it is not about just personal luxury, but it is about personalized experience already. So I always want to mention this when I do training for a lot of hotels or all the luxury sales team members. I'm not selling a hotel room. Okay, I'm not selling a hotel room. I'm selling a home experience. I'm selling a local culture experience. So we're selling this. We're not just selling a product. Okay, so if let's say skincare, I have a lot of skincare clients as well. Okay, I don't just sell skincare. I sell a thing that can change your world. I can sell a thing that make a difference in your life. What does this mean? Ladies and gentlemen, we nowadays we use skincare, we wash our face and all kind. Okay, gentlemen, maybe we wash lesser, but ladies, I know they always have to wash because a lot of makeup and on going on. Okay, so when I sell a skincare to lady, I don't just sell you a skincare, but I sell a thing that change your life. Can you imagine if after you use a skincare, your skin get prettier, then you get a boyfriend, and then you got married? See, you change your life. Okay, or maybe because of a perfume, okay, you become much more confident. I'm not just selling a product, it's all about the unique and personalized experience. Okay, so this is also one thing that how you want to venture into the world of luxury. Okay, for those who work and live in the luxury context, one of the key survival or key competency is to be able to discover, recognize, and remember each guest preference. Okay, the preference here refer to what? The preference here refer to all the six senses. Okay, what do they like to eat? What do they like to drink? What do they like to smell? What do they like to touch? What do they like to feel? What do they like to hear? Okay, so this is why I define it as, first and foremost, get it right. Get your product knowledge correct first. Get me right. Get the customer or guest correct. Then only you'll be able to wow them. Wow me if you can. And this wowing part is where it contributes to the personal experience. Okay, can you imagine that if you were to stay in a hotel, okay, first time you came, you stay, and second time when you came again, the same concierge or reception and say, welcome back, welcome home, it's good to have you again. So simple recognition, they have already like, wow, she remember me or he remember me, and that is exceptional. Can I get the regular rooms for you? Like you always stay facing that sea view. Wow, you remember? So it becomes like a home, okay? And this takes lots more attention to that, okay? And even from the hospitality industry, when I do training for them, there's one part saying, do you even remember your guest hair color before last time and this time? Can you imagine? And you say that, wow, Mr. Smith, last round your hair is blonde and this round we have it in chestnut brown. You look great. And can you imagine what this person will say? Wow, you remember. And that is how you nail the personal experience as well, going in depth about it. So ask yourself how observant you are with your surroundings, okay? With the friends, with your family, with your lecturer, with the various stakeholder. This is the time that at school start to be observant and practice it. Because when you have this mechanism in your mind, when you come up to the world for internship or even working, you are one step ahead already. This is the soft skills that wasn't being taught, okay? You will need to practice it in the University of Society, okay? And this is how that the existing senior will, give you a hard time, so get ready for that. Just a side topic for those, I think none of you really know my story. So when I study in hotel management, where Ms. Ruth is teaching me housekeeping back then, right? So my first internship was already attached with Four Seasons in Langkawi. So you know how we study diploma, we study degree, right? You have that certificate, right? I know what I have to do for the first month. Opening car doors for 1 month without talking to any other people. That's my first internship experience. Okay? And And the best part is, I told myself that, you know, to strive in the luxury industry, I'm here to observe, I'm here to learn. So I told myself to get it right, to get me right, I want to wow the customer. So every night, for 1 month, every night, I look into the mirror, practicing on how do I welcome the guests when opening the car door. So I have to tilt myself, I have to look into as if there's a car there, you know, and my bedroom with a mirror. I practice every night because I want to give that personalized experience. So within a month, you'll be surprised that I can get 50 ringgit tips easily opening and closing a car door. And I have compliment as well from a lot of guests that told me one thing: Shang, this is the best smile ever that I've gotten in the world. And this is how you want to strive to the top, because it starts with your mentality. Okay, it's not about just the certificate, it takes beyond of that. So this is where it's all about giving that personalized experience. And how you want to give? By getting this 3 formula simple. Get it right, get me right, then you can wow the guests or the customers. Okay, and number 3. So just now earlier, a lot of you said that luxury has been defined in a way that it's something special, which is like rarity. It is not easy to access, it's opulence. But now luxury becomes essentialism. So what does this mean? Okay, most of us nowadays desire luxury to be part of our daily life. Okay, and because luxury diversified. So for me, like me, my luxury is freedom. My luxury is time. So anything, Shang, a bit more expensive, but I can solve the issue for you, I will pay. Okay, for me, that's my luxury. Okay, so it has changed along the way. So luxury is now meant to be value adds your lives. Okay, so it's no longer about the why. So sorry, some of the bags is very difficult to get. You have to queue for 10 months, 10 years, only you can get the bags, or you need to have a lot of money, only you can get into the club, etc. Those were the days. Okay, but now it has changed. So now everybody wants a different type of luxury. So when you understand this, bear in mind, luxury doesn't have class anymore by money. It is all by value. Okay, so treat everybody equally. So same thing, you know, back then, a lot of people, when they do cooking classes, okay, they who are cooking classes, you know, I was taught by a Michelin chef, I was taught by this chef, you know, it's very, very rare experience for them. That was last time. But now people want to go for cooking classes. It's because they want to build bond with the family. They want to build bond with the friends. So that has become a luxury. It's not about getting learning from who, but it's about the memories again. Okay, so now it has changed again. Okay, and number 4, once upon a time, okay, a lot of luxury brands come from very, very heritage kind of company. Okay, 1955, 1965, it has been in the world for 20, 30, 50, 60 over years. Yes, we will call that as a luxury because they have a lot of legacy. But now it has changed. The new luxury redefined is not just about heritage and legacy, but it is about the new relevance. Okay, you can have a lot of heritage. However, you might be obsolete as well. Okay, look into the industry right now for the past 5, 6 months. When this COVID hit the world, okay, things have changed. We are now everything moving online. If the old luxury doesn't move themselves to new relevance, they have already been, I would say, expelled from the market. Okay, look into the hotel industry right now. First time ever, hotels are doing F&B delivery. Can you imagine that? It never happened in the world. Okay, some brands is still saying, oh, I must hold, you know, we are very luxurious. We cannot be going to people, this and that. Things have changed. Now it's about seeking new relevance. Okay, and all about is key is about personal relevance again. Okay, it's very customers or guest centric nowadays. It's no longer about your brand, or your company. No, it's all about the customers. Okay, and it has to be appeal to the new generation of customers as well. So let me share with you. This is one thing that I'm happy that I'm been part of it as well. So this is like back in May, just recently only. So because of this COVID and all, Banyan Trees, which is well known as well, they launches this Self Sanctuary. Okay, so it's an integrated health and well-being program globally, and it's not only focused on safetyness and measure, but it's so well-being mental. So they introduce a lot of activities like more towards yoga, etc. And I'm also part of the so-called Project T with the company. What's meant by Project T? So Banyan Tree is one of the only company that did this for the globally. So they engaged like 30 of us around the world. So we have 30 coaches around the world, and any of the employee or the associates can dial in and call and speak to any one of us. Because now it's COVID time, maybe there's a pay reduction, there's actually kind of like business is bad, they feel stressed, etc., etc. So they took the luxury level also to the associates. So I've been getting calls from various kind of property, and the manager or the GM will call to me, and then we have a conversation of a coaching session kind of things. So you see, this is how they also have changed to the new relevance. It's no longer just about who you are, it's also about what the customer really want. So this is how they have evolved along the way. Okay, so things are really, really changing. And now the new luxury is not just about consumption. It's not just about buying expensive things. It's also about the catalyst of culture change. Okay, we use our choice of brands as a markers and signify identity we created for ourselves. So the new consumer nowadays, right, me and you, okay, we will choose what brands that represent us or closest to us. It's not just about what very expensive brand or very famous brand that I will go. Not true. We will select what is relevant to us, what show us. So this is one classic example that I want to extract, okay, which is Six Senses. So Six Senses is one of the one that's leading when it comes to sustainability. You know what they're saying? Sustainable is not something that we do. It is who we are. Okay, and there's a lot of initiative they have done in the pipeline. Plastic free 2022. Okay, even the building materials, the community, etc. So if I were to be a consumer, okay, me and you as a consumer, wow, we all has been educated a lot since young, especially the new Z generation has been educated a lot in terms of sustainability. So when they come to so-called the working force, when they have money to start spending, staying in hotel, they will say, I want to choose a hotel that's sustainable. I want to contribute to the mother earth. So that become a way that they will choose towards it. So same thing, luxury now is not just about buying and all. It's about what you have created, okay? And the leading pioneer inspiring the whole culture change, okay? Any questions for me so far on all these 5 elements, from the old way of luxury to the new way of luxury? The reports and all you can further find is under the luxury report 2019. Okay, so these are some of the key markers over there. So these are all academic supported as well, right? So you can do more reading over there. Of course, the example is something that I extracted from my experience. Any questions so far before I move on to the next of the being luxury? Ta-da! Oh, you guys are sipping coffee over there, playing phone, playing game, lying on the bed. Not very good. Thank you, Charles. Don't worry, I enjoy this platform a lot because, to be honest, we are all multitasker. Okay, when you're playing game, you're also listening. Very important. Okay, but when I say pay attention, then pay attention, huh? All right, thank you for, at least I know there are people there. Like, out of 40 people, at least I know got see people replying. Okay, so now let's go to being luxury. Okay, so when it comes to being luxury, it all begins with our own impression management. So what does this mean? Impression management boils down to A, B, as well as C. So what is A, B, C? Very easy to remember. A stands for your appearance, B stands for your behavior, and C stands for your communication. So if you want to be luxury, start from A, B, C. Your appearance, your behavior, as well as your communication. Okay? So let's start with appearance first. I know what some of you guys are thinking. Shang, it doesn't matter lah. I just want to be comfortable. I don't have to dress so nice. I don't have to comb my hair. I don't have to put makeup, this and that. You can. You can choose to do so. But trust me, if you have a proper appearance from tomorrow onwards, okay, things will start to change. Okay, not to mention that if you were to be in hospitality industry, we are even much more particular. Okay, just to side topic a bit, when I was in Shangri-La time, okay, because the uniform are all very, very expensive. Okay, so I can't afford to let them keep outer and buy new uniform. So for ladies or gentlemen back then in Shangri-La, KL, I will walk around the canteen, okay, and I will observe the uniform fitting. If I see that the baju start to crumple a bit and the ladies or gentlemen still eating a lot, I'll be like, very delicious, huh? Your clothes is getting tighter. Do you realize that? Then they'll be, okay, I will control my diet. This is how particular it is when it comes to luxury, because image does speak certain levels of impression. Okay, so this 3 questions is for you to answer yourself. Okay, not to answer me here. Okay, so when it comes to appearance, always ask yourself, number 1, what do you want someone to remember about you? Okay, how can you create the right first impression? Or how do you want to be perceived? Okay, this is a question for you to think about it. In the world right now that I'm working, okay, where I deal with all the elites group or the high network society, or even with all the luxury brands and luxury hotels, sometimes I can close a deal because I do headhunting and training. I can close a deal as fast as 15 minutes. Yeah, and you know what the people tell me, the managing director and founder tell me one thing, Shang, the moment I see you, I know that you are the right person to help me. I say, huh? I haven't even opened my mouth and tell you what I can do. No, it's okay. I see the way that you carry yourself, the way that you talk, the way that you dress. I know you are the person. Done. So you see, that is how impeccable it is. But the question is, what do you want people to remember about you? Okay, so in the world that I'm working right now, okay, to be honest, I'm not bragging. I just want to share with you because I want everybody to be successful as well. For those who want to enter the world of luxury retail, whether you want to work with all the LVMH group, Richmond group, etc., I've come to the name that people tell me, you want to join luxury world, look for Shang. And that's why that every day I have different applicants coming to me without being go and find it. They say, Shang, I don't know, but people tell me they just come and look for you. And some people come to me like 3 years later on, Shang, I still remember 3 years ago when you told me something. Do you remember what you tell me? I said, I can't remember that. But you see, people remembers. Okay, so ask yourself this question. What do you want people to remember about you? How do you want to create a right first impression? And how do you want to be perceived? For those, if you have passion in hotels, that's why you study hotels, okay? Imagine in a hotel you have 900, 600,000, 2 people working. There's so many staff, so many team members working on. What makes you think that your manager or your employer or your boss or your guest remembers you? What makes you so different? If you want to be successful, you need to be remembered. So the question is, what do you want people to remember about you? Okay, for me, you can ask Miss Ruth and all, in any industry that I went, what people remember about me is I'm crazy. I'm super crazy. I'm a person that will actually go to the table and flip the table and say, I don't care, I want to do it. Because I love challenges. Okay, so ask this question. Of course, when it comes to appearance, it's about how do you dress professionally and according to occasion. Okay, however, the key thing is here. What is your personal style? How you want to be differentiated from the rest? Okay, the small little style, okay, can be as detailed as the accessories that you use, the perfume that you use, the lipstick that you use, your nail color, etc., etc. For me, I'm famous for my brooches. Okay, so I have a lot of all my accessories, my brooch, everything going on everywhere, and people will come, wow, Shang, every time I come you, I notice something different, and that become a topic in common, and people start to realize that, wow, Shang, you also wear suit. People also wear suit, but I remember you because you have a beater with you every time. See, people remembers. This is how you want to differentiate from yourself. And for ladies, okay, I have one classic example. This is one of the VP that shared with me because they want to create the signature for the hotel. So one of the hotels in Philippines, sales marketing, all the ladies, they must use this range of lipstick. So everybody, the lips is same color. So whenever they go in the market, people, oh, you must be from that hotel. You must be from, see, it has created, they have created their own impression and your own appearance. It become, okay, your so-called personal aesthetic. So ask yourself, okay, how are you different compared to the rest? Okay, some people can come to me and say, Shang, I don't want to be different. I just want to be normal. Can, nothing wrong. It's your own preference. Okay, there's nothing right or wrong because it is your life. Okay, some people come and tell me that, Shang, but you see, Mark from Facebook, even Ma Yun, they all dress very simple. Where got personal style, this and that? And say, yeah, but because they're already at that level, it's different. Okay, if you're not at that level, you want to start to being remembered by people. Appearance is one of the key part that you can start to plant the seed with people. Okay, so this is a question for you to think about. How you want to be remembered by the others. In the world of fashion and working, okay, same goes to whatever you hear from all the series. This is true. One day you're in, the next day you're out. Okay, same goes to the world of luxury. If you don't upkeep yourself to that level of understanding and behavior, you will get expelled easily from the industry. Okay, because we all have high expectation. Okay, number 2, B for behavior. Okay, so before that, I was like this Coco Chanel part. I don't do fashion. I am fashion. Okay, so in today's context, when I share with you in appearance, I'm not here to tell you to be a cookie cutter. Wow, magazine say, you must wear this jacket and this, only you look good, then I follow. Then you're just following. That is not your identity. Remember, when it comes to new luxury, it's very individualistic. It is all about who you want to be, how you want to empower yourself. Okay, so you dress your style. Okay, as long as decent within the guideline. Okay, because I don't want you to do fashion. I want you to be the fashion. Okay, so like me, FYI, I rarely wear jacket at my workplace because I wear trench coat. I know many people were like, oh, Sheng Xiao ni神经的, wow, so hot and you wear like trench coat like that in winter. Then I say lah, my trench coat is a thin material one ma. You must know where to find. Who asked you to buy the thick one? You see? But people will judge, but people remember. Okay, wow, Sheng's the one that always wear trench coat one. No? See? That's how I create my appearance. Be distinctive, individualistic. Okay? And then we go to behavior. So in order to be luxury, behavior, it starts with a state of mind. So there's one thing I want to tell you first, yeah. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, when I mention luxury over here, as I shared, it's not about having the price tag on yourself. Okay? Aya, Cheng, I don't want to be luxury lah. You know, luxury is expensive lah, this and that lah. I'm not that atas. That is a wrong thinking. So the state of mind here is first and foremost, never ever label yourself and label other people. Okay, what do you mean label? Wow, Miss Ruth look like that lah. 500 ringgit lah. You know, she's at this level. This person is 1,000 ringgit. Wow, very atas, posh, I label 1,000. So you start labeling people and then you label yourself. Now I only 30 ringgit. But I want to be 40 ringgit. I want to be 50. You use money to label yourself. So when you start labeling, your state of mind is all wrong. Okay? In actual fact, everybody's luxury is different context. So start with a state of mind that is, I always call ABC also. To accept, to believe, and to celebrate. Accept who you are. Accept your strengths. Accept your areas of development. Believe in yourself. Okay? Believe in what you're capable in doing and believe in other people. Then only you start celebrating. So when it comes to luxury in this part, I accept. When people want to give me feedback, I will listen, I will accept, I will see what is relevant. I will actually take it from there. Okay? So luxury is not a thing that, you're rich, only your luxury. No. Things have changed. So start with the right state of mind. You accept, you believe, and you celebrate. And luxury is also not just a word. Okay? It's a passion, and at times it could be a calling. Okay? For all of you who are studying hotel management or hospitality management, we have an eye for details. If you don't have, please start work on it. Okay? That's all I can say. Wow, the whole thing is actually not straight, millimeter, it's not proper. This is passion. And luxury always emphasizes on attention to details. So do you have that passion? And sometimes it's a calling. Okay, let me share with an example as well. When it comes to luxury, okay, every industry has their own luxury world. That who is in the luxury world are the one that actually want the best out of the best. Okay, and they want to trend, they want to be innovative, they want to be a lot more different. Okay, because they have the calling in themselves and tell themselves that, I want to be individualistic, I want to be something different. So it's not just a word, darling, it's a passion. And times it's a calling. Okay, people always ask me that, Sheng, my company is not luxury. How can you come and, train my team to be luxury? So I said the first thing and foremost is start with the mind. Are they having the mentality right or not first? Okay, so ask yourself this question, yeah? And if you want to be luxury as well, count your blessing. This is one thing that I learned from a lot of my gurus, what they may count by blessing. If guests compliment you, say that, wow, you did great, all you need to do is say thank you. If the lecturer said that, wow, your assignment is fantastic, just say thank you. But Asian culture, what we like to do, no lah, where God, shy lah. Why? Just accept it, okay? And if people to come and condemn you and say that, or customer come and scold you, lecturer come and scold you, parents go and scold you, or give you some negative feedback, take it. Wow, thank you for sharing with me. At least I learned something new today, or maybe because it's really something that I need to look into myself. So when you start to count your blessing, your mind is clearer, okay? And when you meet people, you don't judge, you will start to observe. And that's where you notice, well, this person actually enjoying this. So I start to understand this person's luxuriousness as per se. Okay? So you count his or her blessing. And ultimately, when it comes to luxury, it's all about strive above and beyond. If you want to be normal, nothing wrong. Then perhaps normal is your luxury. Okay? There's nothing right or nothing wrong in this context. At every single life cycle, now you're all in the early 20s or maybe late teenagers yet haven't 20s. So if you are still young, all right, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, we all have different kind of luxury desire. Okay? But if you want to be successful, strive above and beyond. Don't just do for the sake of doing it. Go beyond it. That's how you'll be successful. Okay? So just to share sub topic a bit I hold this mentality when I'm studying in high school or even in college. Okay? So in my career life, when I went to Hyatt in Kuantan, I got promoted within 6 months. And after that, I was sent across the different world. Okay? And I went to Shangri-La, I got promoted in a way to a different kind of work task. And even when I joined this company, I was promoted again within 6 months. All my career has been progressing very well. And even now, I joined as a staff, and now I have company shares. Okay, so this is where it comes from a luxury point of view. Is I want to strive above and beyond because I don't know where is my limit. I want to improve. I want to challenge myself. And my boss, all of my bosses tell me one thing. Shane, if you want to do something, go crazy about it. Stop holding back. Okay? You don't know where is the limit. So just strive, go ahead. If you make some mistake, it's okay. You learn. Okay? But if you don't make mistake now, in future, you're going to regret. Okay? So when it comes to luxury, it's the same thing. We all learn along the way. Your mentality has to be right. Striving above and beyond. Okay? So the third part is communication. Okay, so communication is a never-ending journey. We all learn along the way. All right, it's all about what do you say, how would you say, and what is your body language. So I'm not going to open a communication class today, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek preview. Okay, so normally, okay, if somebody asks you like, "How are you?" Remember, right? You go to school, you go to everywhere. Your friend, "How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you?" How do you normally answer, ladies and gentlemen? And now is the time for you to use the chat box. I've been talking a lot. How will you normally answer? If you say, "How are you?" I always say in my fine, okay. I always say in my workshop or my classroom, silence is not an option for me. I'm not in the library today. Wonderful. How about yourself? Okay.
For me, I would just say I'm fine. How about you?
Okay. All right.
Um,
All right. Thank you. All right. So you see, it's all quite similar standard answer. What if you just have a bad day? How would you answer again? You just have a bad day. Maybe you just got scolded by your lecturer, or you failed the exam, touch wood. Okay, you fail your exam, and your friend come and ask you, "How are you?" How would you answer again?
I would reply, "What do you think?"
Okay, thank
Most
you.
likely will be that.
Okay, lovely. Okay, how about the rest? You see, the art of conversation will distinct who you are as well in terms of the level of mentality. Okay, have had better days. Lovely. Okay, so if normally people ask me, like, "How are you?" I wouldn't say good, I wouldn't say great, because I think everybody is answering the same thing. So I have my standard tagline, fantabulous as usual. Okay, so I have my words fantabulous as usual. I would say, as bright as the weather. You know, this is how you want to be different. And if I have a bad day, okay, I wouldn't say that, "When do you think I'll have better days?" I would say, "Getting better." But you see, this kind of words, people are like, "Wow, it's different. He knows how to talk." And this is why communication is so important in luxury world. And normally, I wouldn't want to ask, how are you? Because trust me, you walk one street, everybody asks, how are you? Fine, good, thank you, bye, the same thing only. So sometimes I will change my question and create more stories. So what is the best part of your day? So you see, if I were to ask this, people will start like, wow, you're different from the rest. You know how to ask the right question. So this is a lot more practice for all of you, but I want you to pay a bit more attention. When it comes to the luxury as per defined or redefined, okay, out of conversation or communication is really very important. Okay, I learned my lesson when I was in Four Seasons. Okay, when I said that I'm good, then they can tell me that, Sheng, tell me something new. That every day you're good. So what day is not good? Or then it becomes very superficial, become very fake. So that's where that I learned that, you know what, I want to be different. I want to strive above and beyond. And it starts with my communication. So ask yourself as well, how can you, okay, improvise your communication. Okay, same things go to body language. If one day there's a fortunate that I'll be sharing practical class with you for body language. I think a lot of you will get it from me. Because I do workshop for hotels or retail industry. I'm very, very particular in the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you carry yourself. You can still be yourself, nothing wrong. Okay, but ask yourself, do you want just to be normal or you want to be special? Okay, that's a question for you to think about it. Okay, see, I'm very good in time management. Any questions for me so far? Any question you want to ask me about luxury? I can talk luxury for days, but any questions that you always want to share? I have this question on this world or etc. Ask me. No question. Yes.
Have you worked under St. Regis before?
St. Regis, no, I haven't worked in St. Regis before. But that's a very good question. Why would you like to ask that question?
Because during like 2 years ago or 1 year ago, I actually worked part-time in St. Regis as a waiter. So I was just wondering, what's your point of view on St. Regis?
Let me put it this way. If it's supposed to be 2 years ago, I believe that I'm not here to comment much on that, but it is still in the improving stage.
Improving stage.
For the property. It's still, because it's newly open, a lot of things are still in the improvising stage. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for me on luxury? Nothing? All very quiet. Which I hope that you guys are listening, yeah? Okay. Before I end my session, I just want to share you with this again by Maya Angelou, right? Her quotes is one of the things I love the most, that people will forget what you say, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Okay? If you were to embrace the right mentality when it comes to luxury and you understand luxury, people remember you even better. Okay? So this is a question for you to ask yourself, like, what kind of feeling are you making them to remember? Okay, let me take an example for today's session as well. Miss Ruth is my lecturer for like, my God, 7-8 years ago. Yeah, I left school no, it's more than that. I graduated in 2012. 2012. So Miss Ruth is my lecturer 8 years ago.
2007.
Right. It's close to 8 years ago. To be honest, she could have forgotten me. Okay. But if she were to remember me, there must be something right that I make her remember me. Okay. And this is how I make her feel something different about me. Okay, so that's one thing to ask yourself as well. Okay, how you want to make people feel so that people don't forget who you are. That will be another way you look into direction of luxury. Okay, questions? Any more?
There is a question there, Sheng.
The new luxury is individualistic. How overcome not to care about what people say since we can't stop people to judge us? Very, very good question. Okay, so when it comes to not care about what people are saying, so we can, because one thing and foremost, do you accept and believe in yourself? Okay, if you believe in yourself, and this is the direction that you chose, okay, stay true to yourself. Yes, we can't let people to, we can't stop people from judging us, but then ask yourself, are you living your life or people living your life? Okay, let me share an example with you because I have been through this kind of situation before. Okay, I'm very privileged because since young, my mom educated me in that way. So since young, you know, in Chinese, in Chinese, 我喜欢做女子的，哎，那是女子公呀。Okay, let me change to English a different way. So when I was young, I'm very into all the so-called girly artwork. I like to do cross stitch. I like to do knitting. I like to do baking. I like to do all of this girly stuff. Okay, even sewing, you know, whatever lah you want to tell it. And people come to, wow, Sheng, why are you so sissy, or why are you so girly? Why you do all the ladies things, this and that? And my mom tell me one thing: if you're happy, just do it. You don't have to care what people say about you. Okay, so that's where I start to realize that, you know what, I need to stay true to myself. And in today, when it comes to the world I'm working, to be honest, we are all celebrating who we are. And this is why if you look into my tagline, in my name, I always put there a word: celebrating identity. Everybody is unique, okay? But if this is what you believe in yourself, don't believe blindly, believe with a cause of purpose. Okay, if people give you feedback and say, hey, it can be better, why not? Don't be dumb and stupid, I say it this way. But if you, hey, this is what I want, my fashion style, or this is how I do things, it's relevant, I will stick true to it. Stay true to yourself. Because if you change yourself for the sake of people's comment and you're not enjoying, you're going to lose yourself. It defeats the purpose. Okay, so Cindy, I hope I answered your question. Charles, how to implement sincerity and luxury experience? For example, Four Seasons tend to exceed the limits. Why can't other hotels provide the sincerity service? What can the other property to be improved other than culture as well as leadership? A very, very good question as well. Okay, what can be other do to improve rather than culture and leadership? To be honest, okay, this kind of question, it takes a wholesome level of 360. What does this mean? Because first and foremost, if you want to take as Four Seasons, they are recruiting at the right people at the beginning. Okay, so because Four Seasons got very high expectation, so as much has been given, as much as expected, so they'll use higher salary to attract the level of people to come in. The beginning is already different already. The mindset is already different. Okay, and the individual mentality will shifted and affected the entire culture as well. Of course, culture leadership is key thing, but the first benchmarking is very different already. So can you imagine that even when I went to Four Seasons for internship back then, for 4 years on and off, we are the only trainee being accepted by them.
Yeah.
None in the world for Malaysia, Okay, none in Malaysia. So they really expect, and my interview was conducted by 5 persons for 1 hour. Gosh, I don't know how I survived back then. But you see, they all started with they start bringing the people with the right mentality first. They're only then they're trained. Okay, sincerity, to be honest, it boils down to getting the right person, of course, but you, foremost, do you have the passion? If you don't have a passion in what you're doing, you won't be sincere. You will do for the sake of doing it. So if you do for the sake of doing it, you won't even go for the luxury experience anymore because you'll start to be very calculative. Okay, and that is a killer when it comes to calculative. Okay, Charles, how will I answer your question? Xiao Wu, how do you motivate yourself? How do you bring yourself when you are down? Wow, now become a motivation course. Okay, love. Thank you, Tang Yuan. So yes, I do mindset training as well. But ask yourself this, Tang Yuan. This is a question for everyone as well. What makes you happy in life? What makes you happy in life? Okay, that is how you start to motivate yourself. For me, it's very simple. Until today, my things that make me very happy is early morning, after I wake up, drink a glass of water, I must have a sip of coffee. That coffee will make me very happy. And that is how I start off my day. Okay, when I'm down, I know what I like to do. I like to go hotelier. I like to go for beer and wine. Yeah, it's enjoyment. Okay, so of course, when it comes to motivation on mind level, there's one part I want to share. Okay, Miss Ru, do you have time for me to share a bit more?
Yes, go on, Sheng.
This is one part over here. Okay, so coming back to Tang Yin, your question, right? Remember, when you're down or when you're not down whatsoever, always remember to focus on areas within your control, not beyond your control. Okay? At your context, what are the things that you can do? If you cannot control people, how they think, you cannot control the weather, you cannot control COVID, you cannot control your lecturer, maybe you can only influence the influence. But then at the end of the day, the mind is yours, the brain is yours, the emotion is yours. You focus on it. So Stephen Covey always says this: 10% is the facts, 90% is how you respond towards it. Okay? In this COVID situation, because I'm training a lot of business people, okay, the fact is that everybody is suffering from COVID. That's a true fact. But do you know that at this point of time, there are many people are more successful than before because of how they responded? Okay, so when people come and tell me that, wow, Shang, your business must be very challenging right now, I say, yeah, at the very beginning, but now it's even better before that, because I do now online and offline, and my participants now cover across the whole Southeast Asia. Okay, but of course back then I lost a few 100,000 of deals because of the whole COVID situation. But you see, that's how you want to respond. So Tang Yuan, I hope I answer your question as well. Focus on the right thing. Okay, focus on things that you can control. Okay, if you're down, okay, there's one thing I see. I'm gonna go for more things to share with you. Sorry, I like to share. It's okay. Okay, so Tang Yuan, this one is for you. Share dedicated for you. It's all about the stories that you tell yourself. When something happened, that's the facts. Okay. However, it's the story that you tell yourself. So, for instance, I was being put to open the freaking car door for 1 month. That is the facts. If I were to tell myself this story, is that my boss doesn't like me lah, my superior doesn't like me lah, I think that I'm useless lah, tak boleh pakai lah, this and that. This is the story that I tell myself. Okay, so eventually I get even more demotivated. But what I told myself is, well, you give me this challenge, I want to be the best doorman ever. And this is the story that I tell myself. So a successful person or not, it depends on what kind of story you tell yourself. In this whole COVID situation, same facts. However, those who tell yourself it's end of the day, you're going for end of the day. For those who tell yourself that it's a new restart button, that's how you got successful. Okay. Can you give me some recommendation about the way how to practice observing details of people and surrounding? Wow, this one is like another class going on. Okay, observation class 101. Okay, what you want to observe is really on your beloved, the eye contact, very important. I have stolen. Okay, you have the eye contact, very important. You have to look into the body language, observe. But so wait, let me see one thing. So Jiming, just to share with you, recommendation. Actually, I like to do my observing back then. During my study times, I like to do my observing at club. I'm a party king back then also. Trust me, I'm a party king also. So when I do observing, I will try to observe what is this person trying to do with that lady, or the lady trying to do with the guy. Okay, what is the body language, how they lean forward, how to do that, this and that. So I will actually go for that kind of observing skills. Okay, and then when you do so-called your practice with your friends and all, observe them in terms of eyes. Start with the eyes first. Okay, are they sincere? You can see if somebody is sincere, they got the eye contact with you. If somebody starts to looking around, they have no eye contact with you, then you start to realize that this person maybe is just ignoring you. Okay, whether it's closed body posture, open body closure. Open means that they're actually willing to talk to you. If it's closed body posture, means that they're not willing to talk to you. Okay, there's lots more So recommendation, first and foremost, start with the eyes and see the body pattern. Online got a lot one. Okay. Except opening the car door for the guests, what is the most unforgettable experience when you're working in the Four Seasons? This story gonna start very long, you know. Okay, long story cut short. So I have a Russian couple that come in that stay in the villa. Okay, so Four Seasons one night is generally 2,600 ringgit onwards. Villa is 6,000 ringgit per night 10 years ago. So my most unforgettable experience is that there's one couple that actually got quarreled. Okay, so the fiance, the guy, called me at the concierge, asked me to wrap flowers, bring it to the fiance, the lady, apologize on behalf of him, and bring her back to him. And the best part is, it is actually 10:30 p.m. whereby I got a shuttle to catch. So what do I do? Extra mile. If I can tell them, no, I cannot do this, right? Cannot, right? Four Seasons, luxury. So I go to security, I get the florist room key, I can wrap my own ugliest flower ever that I can wrap. And then I bring it to the lady, and the lady can tell me, who wrapped this flower? It's so ugly. I say, yeah, it's me. Okay, sincere apologies. And I told them, if you don't go with me to him, I cannot go home. Okay, and it's almost 11 already. So apparently then the lady let me think about it. You so much to think, he loves you so much, you know. So I have to be the counselor, love consultant with them. And eventually, happily ever, then I bring her back to him. And of course, the flower is in the room. Okay, so that's how it goes. Thank you for sharing. How was your smile when you're opening your card and make them say that? Okay, Cindy, a very good question as well. So generally, I was on my braces back then. So my smile is the ugliest that I remember. Okay, but remember when you smile, it's always in the eye. Okay, and when you smile, you're supposed to have 6 to 8 teeth. That's how I train my girls. And because I lean, and the way that how I grade is, if a lot of people will say that selamat datang or welcome to the resort, etc. So the way that I share is very different. I would say that selamat datang, welcome to Four Seasons Resort Langkawi. You see, my intonation of voice have changed, and they're watching. They are like a teleprompter or teletalker like that, very very. But that's how I pronounce my intonation, and my smile is slanted 45 degrees facing down because I'm gonna look up, and I'll look down a bit because I look up like that and look into my nose. Okay, so all the angle I have to tilt. Okay, you make my day instead of making my day. Oh, I made your life. Okay, lovely. Right. I hope they remember something from today's sharing then. Okay. Any other questions for me? Ada? Fantastic, 没有问题了哈?
Any other questions, class, or from the participants? Sheng, we have Dr. Shantini also here. You remember Miss Shantini, right?
Very
Remembers you very
familiar.
well. She was very excited to know that you are sharing in our class today. Dr.
Welcome.
Shantini,
Right.
I think she's there. All right. Any other questions? We have two other colleagues as well, Mr. Jules and Mr. Chu, our lecturers. Thanks for joining us. And
Thank you for joining.
any other questions from the students? If not, yes, the session was fantabulous as ever, Sheng.
Thanks.
As
Thank
bright
you. I
as
learned
the
very
day.
fast from my line.
Yes, as bright as the day. You went on explaining the definition of luxury, understanding luxury, and being luxury. And the best line from your session was luxury is for everyone and different for everyone. That struck me
Yep.
very high.
Right.
And get it right, get me right, wow me if you can.
Yep.
And the new relevance, that is something I have not come across, right?
Yep.
Although we have been seeing what the industry is responding, how they're responding, but then the new relevance has a whole lot of relevance now. Thanks
Yep.
for that. And being luxury, the ABC, your appearance, behavior, and your communication, you have to walk your talk. Thanks for this amazing session. And amidst your busy schedule, you have taken your time to come and share your experience with us. And hopefully, if there are more sessions and if you're available, we would love to have you because, as I told you, I have a lot of students here
Right.
who have not been to the industry yet, and they
Right.
do not have the luxury of being in the internship before they could actually go for their final internship.
Right.
Right. So I think you've given a lot of insights to them, and the entire group will agree with me today. Plus, there is a link. I just want you all to share your 3 words or one thing that inspired you in today's session. It's a quick one. You can just go to the chat. There's a link there. Just quickly give us your insights. What do you like about today's session? Pleasure is mine. Okay. Raven, thank you, Mr. Shen. Very inspiring talk. You got me paying full attention, even though it's an online webinar. Wow, that's a big credit. That was indeed a very interesting session. Yes. And Sheng, I just have one question to you. Which Four Seasons you were with? Is it the
Langkawi.
Langkawi or Langkawi Four Seasons? Very
Yeah.
nice. And somehow or other, even earlier we had luxury redefined, theme-based talk by Mr. Tom Rollins. You might have heard about him.
Tom Rollins, but now he's no longer with.
Yes, he's at Atlantis, Dubai, and he's
Right.
a vice president. And even his sharing was about luxury redefined. Yes, and yeah, so somehow or other, luxury is connecting back to Four Seasons, and I think we can't run away from that, right? Yes. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sheng, for your insightful presentation. That's from Mr. Jules. Mr. Jules, you'd like to say something here? Mr. Jules is our F&B lecturer from France as well, and he teaches masters as well as the degree and diploma and FIA students.
Thank you. Next time, just call me Shang. Yeah, not only Mister. I'm equally young like all of you. So Shang will. Just a quick one for those who don't. In case you don't, how I want to sell myself normally, because I used to work in Shangri-La. So normally I call myself Shang from Shang. That's how hotel industry people remember back then.
Shang from Shang.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yep.
Dr. Shantini, are you available there?
Yes.
Ah.
Hi, Shang. Good to see
Hello.
you.
Oh my God, long time no see.
Yes, I know. Ruth was like, "Oh, do you remember this?" He said, "Yes, I do." I still remember that student you tutored so many years ago.
Right.
I think it was principles of accounting.
Yep. Oh my God. I'm sweating now because of the P&L balance sheet. Okay.
But I think his mom was so grateful.
Right. Okay. Lovely to see you.
Yeah.
Those were the
Any other
days.
questions? Yeah, those were the days. True.
Ruth, so we are fashion now, Ruth.
Yep.
We
Yeah,
don't
fashion
follow
now.
fashion, we make it.
You are the
Yes.
fashion. Agree. Okay.
Ralista and anyone, you have a question? Wesley, I'm just going off the list just to see if anyone has a question for you, Sheng. Anyone has a question? All right, so they have shared something on the Mentimeter. Let me just share that for you here, Sheng, so that you can have a look at it. Yeah. Can you see this? What inspired you the most in today's session?
I love the word.
Beyond fantabulous, yes. Coffee. Sheng, standout examples, me, water, experience that inspiring, more knowledge of industry, luxury, be different, motivated, inspiring talk, really helped me realize how amazing the wide range of hospitality probably. Right. Sheng is the most important thing that inspired them too. That's nice. That's really nice.
Now that's what I mean, that when that's how the people start to remember, because that's how you make people feel. And that's the beginning of a lot of luxury.
So,
Yeah. People remember who you are.
Yeah. Right. So one last thing before we end the session, can we all take a group photograph, a virtual photograph? So students, if you don't mind, just switch on your cameras. Just one screenshot. Yes, thanks, Amar. The others, just one photo with Sheng. Right. Fakri, Danny, Cindy, Shin E, right, Zihan. Hi, Lalista. Hi, Charles. Thanks for those questions. Ralista and Charles are all ready for their internship soon. You're from their final year. Right. My camera not working. Oh, it's okay, Wesley. I think we'll do some gimmicks and add you in. That's not your video. Okay, right. Here you go. Give your best smile. Remember 6 to 8 teeth, right, Sheng? Yes, all opening up their cameras. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's nice. Thank you, Sheng. Thank you once again for your time.
Well,
yes, thank you, Dr.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
And all my students here. Yes, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Sang.
you. Thank you very much,
Thank
Sheng.
Thank you, guys.
Yes,
Thank
bye-bye.
you.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right. Take care, Sheng.
Thank you. Bye. See you guys.
Oh, Chi was here.
Yeah, Chu was here. Jules also was here.
Jules.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Ashley.
You said hi, Ashley.
Hello. Hi.